Hello everyone, welcome to WDWA Frontline. We are less than 10 days away from our next live event as World Domination Wrestling Alliance presents WDWA Aftermath. This will be taking place on Saturday, September 28 from the Bennington Volunteer Fire Hall in Martinsburg, West Virginia. What happened at Berkeley Mania 7 and what's coming up next? Join us for WDWA Aftermath to find out. We'll be taking a look at the full card later on this episode, and in our main event, the Kingpin Demarcus Kane seeks to reignite the fire within the Hawaiian Warrior Kekoa, and tonight they'll be going one-on-one in our main event of this Frontline episode. Will the Hawaiian Warrior Kekoa be able to step up and face the Kingpin Demarcus Kane? Stay tuned to find out. But right now, let's quickly move on to our opening contest. Valerie Verman sent a challenge to the Great Sisaki, and the Freak accepted. Today in our opening contest, the Great Sisaki goes one-on-one against Valerie Verman, and that match starts right now.
Jason Heat alongside dashing Donnie Diablo. Berkeley Mania 7 in full effect. And while we have no current WDWA Women's Champion, that belt being held up right now, awaiting some sort of determination on its future, you have to imagine that the winner of this match between Sasaki and Valerie Verman has a great case to make to be one of the contenders for that belt.
Absolutely. And I think that's what we're going for here tonight. You can't... The contrast in styles and just personality between,
different vibes for sure.
For sure.
And Valerie Verman wants to take a selfie to commemorate the moment. This is quite the occasion.
Nope.
And never give your hair to a crazed opponent, as Sasaki. Valerie's lucky she didn't lose her phone in that exchange.
Sis is sinister, she's weird, she's scary. And I hope she thinks you're saying all that about her.
Sasaki is the freak off a leash.
Oh.
Not afraid to pull the hair, not afraid to take a shortcut, not afraid of anything.
You're right, she's not afraid of anything. She scares everything away.
Sasaki inspires a lot of fear. Valerie Verman game, but she is being choked, crushed. Words you would use to describe some kind of monster, not necessarily a wrestler.
That's Sasaki.
Sasaki is animalistic and primal, could not be more different than Valerie.
Such a bloodlust. So sadistic as well. She's just
crushing the throat of Valerie Verman. Valerie is a former WDWA Women's Champion. And it's easy maybe sometimes not to look past Valerie because she has been so public about her desire to use wrestling as a stepping stone to stardom. But over the years that she's been in the squared circle, she has developed a mean streak all her own.
She has, but with a monster like Sasaki across from you, she's really going to have to pull something out. I mean, she's highly decorated, highly talented, but
Sasaki like a predator in the ring, and it's going to be up to Valerie Verman not to become prey.
Sasaki with almost like a demonic presence. You just feel wrong watching her.
Sasaki has been unrelenting so far in her pursuit of Valerie Verman here tonight.
She's telling the fans to shut up now.
Genuinely difficult to know what really motivates Sasaki. Is it for championship glory? Is it for professional accomplishment? Or is it just pure sadism? Is it something far more, as we said before, primal? And we're beginning to see a little bit of more of a fighting spirit out of Valerie Verman than we're used to.
And right there, again, that sadistic side. Now she's cheering about it. I don't know. I think Sasaki, I don't know that she cares for any of those accolades.
Also,
I just think she wants to hurt people.
And to the credit of Valerie, Valerie's out here alone. Usually she's accompanied by her paramour, the prima donna prince Samuel Thompson, and their PR representative, Jason Curtis. And yet both of those men were sent to the back. Valerie looking to prove she can do this alone.
I wonder if she wants to change her mind now. She needs to get that phone and text them, come back out.
I got your skirt.
She sent everybody else to the back, but that ring post shot might have evened things out a little.
Sasaki, you called her a monster, and maybe that's true, but she still has some human qualities, and that's a skull that is susceptible to steel. Valerie Verman may be in the process of turning this around.
I think steel usually kills a lot of the monsters, too.
Sasaki seemingly
there we
telegraphed
go.
it, but then just sat right down on the chest of Valerie Verman, forcing the air out of the lungs of Verman so quickly.
And again, you know, I picture the ghosts that they talk about, especially in Asian culture, that come in, they sit on your chest so you can't breathe. You wake up paralyzed.
Yeah, sleep paralysis, the demons that are rumored to cause that incredibly upsetting experience. And Valerie Verman literally seeing that demon across from her in the ring right now.
And again, was choking her out. That could crush her throat.
And for the first time, Sasaki, instead of pushing the offensive, taking a moment to admire her handiwork.
And I said it before, I think she really just likes hurting people.
Playing with her food right now. Across that shoulder, not a ton of pressure on the left shoulder, but does not let that discourage her immediately into a submission attempt here, Donnie.
No, she's got both of those arms wrenched back now. That knee placed firmly in the back. A submission hold.
And this is a first. The WDWA audience is chanting Val. Valerie Verman has been one of the most loathed women in this company due to how she's treated pretty much everyone, but people are really respecting the grit and the toughness that Val is showing against this almost inhuman force.
You're right, and you said it. It's a superhuman force, and they realize it.
The speed of Valerie Verman on display right now.
That DDT might have downed the monster.
Taking a momentary second to recover. That cost Valerie Verman. If she can keep up this assault, Valerie Verman may be able to turn this around.
She could. Sasaki's still down at this point, and that's not something we've seen ever.
Sasaki's so dangerous. But you can't be a dragon slayer without a dragon. What better dragon is there to slay here right now for Val Verman than Sasaki?
Those forearm shots. Now she's going for the whip.
Those long legs of Valerie Verman being used very effectively as weapons.
Maybe a bulldog.
Valerie Verman is really making a believer out of the people of Martinsburg, West Virginia.
That's not where you want to be.
Slipping around out the back.
Oh, wow. And again, such a contrast to styles.
And only two right there for Valerie Verman. That was the best opportunity she had. And we're beginning to see maybe doubt start to creep in to the prima donna princess.
At Berkeley Mania 7, Clay Jacobs made history by defeating Sakhar Shah and capturing the World Domination Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship. Join us on Saturday, September 21, right here on YouTube for a special showing of this monumental moment. Experience the best in pro wrestling action live with World Domination Wrestling Alliance in the Eastern Panhandle area. Fast-paced action you do not want to miss. WDWA
For more information or to purchase tickets, visit us on the web scanning our QR code.
That was definitely a much better exchange from Valerie Verman. She's starting to realize her strength. She's definitely taller.
You see that Val also starting to appreciate. Oh, no! For the second time, just completely squashed. And you're right, that demon's sitting on your soul right there.
Exactly. The blood flowing from her mouth. Even if it's not still flowing, it's staying in her teeth. She wants to devour Valerie Verman. She said Verman gets exterminated. That's it.
Val's head slamming in to the canvas. This one's done. And somehow, some way, Valerie Verman gets that shoulder up. That wasn't a kick out, Donnie. That was simply a lifting of the shoulder.
No, and Jones might have been. I think he thought it was over two. It was a mercy count. Like, sorry. But that Sasaki slam almost did her in.
No, wait, Sasaki now choking out Valerie Verman with a chain, and this is not a no disqualification match, so that's gonna be a DQ right there.
Joe's calling for help. He's like, I can't get this monster off.
Yeah, of course not.
I wouldn't either. I would have just rolled out and been like, hey, you're on your own. Send some security, call the National Guard.
We need someone to help Valerie Verman.
If this is the music, I think. Well, there's Lynette.
We haven't seen Lynette in quite a while. And sort of a surprise, given the history between Lynette and Valerie Verman, that she's coming to the aid of Val.
Very much a surprise. She's like, you left something.
Now holding that chain, depositing it outside the ring and checking in.
Oh, look, she's hacking her phone. Sasaki's hacking the phone.
What a night of new beginnings. A huge change for Valerie Verman.
Right?
Valerie, for the first time, making friends and influencing people. Making friends with Lynette, influencing the crowd.
They have a history, you're right.
Big things ahead for Valerie coming. Oh!
Uh-oh. Did I do that?
Clearly, she doesn't forgive and she doesn't forget. And it's going to take more than one night to win over certain people in the locker room for Valerie Verman.
You know, they say revenge is best served cold, and that was ice cold right there. And she doesn't have wrestling boots or shoes. She's got like high heels on.
Karma coming for the prima donna princess. The mean girl has put a lot of women in her burn book over the years, and now she is getting a taste of her own sharp tongue.
Well, you made your bed. You might not want to lie in it at this point, but Dollars is making you pay.
Brutal neck breaker there.
And again, as I pointed out, she's doing this in heels.
A little bit of a giggle.
Oh, she is proud of herself.
No doubt, that was not the way Valerie Verman wanted to pick up a victory tonight. We'll try to bring you an update on her condition next week right here on Frontline. Right now, let's take a look at the full card for WDWA Aftermath that will be taking place on Saturday, September 28. World Domination Wrestling Alliance presents WDWA Aftermath from the Bennington Volunteer Fire Hall in Martinsburg, West Virginia on Saturday, September 28. Money and Power will be in action with their new member, Unk, as they take on the team of the Titan, James Ford, CEO, and Kayleen Patrick. Will Unk fit in with AK Vane, JTR, and Cassius Carter? Join us on Saturday, September 28 to find out. And as we just saw, Lynette Dollaz made her return to World Domination Wrestling Alliance and attacked Valerie Verman. On Saturday, September 28, she will be in action as she takes on a former WDWA Women's Champion, the unwilting Tatiana. Mr. Martinsburg, Jordan Evans will be in action, fresh from a huge victory at Berkeley Mania 7 alongside the Headbangers. At WDWA Aftermath, the Blue Chipper will be going one-on-one against Austin Kingsley V. On a match that promises to steal the show, the King of Cream, Stan Styles, returns to action as he takes on the thespian J.S. Hawthorne, who we have not seen in World Domination Wrestling Alliance ever since his defeat at the hands of Swaggle. The tag team titles will be on the line as Party Time reunites to claim the rematch against the current champion Supremacy. Can Party Time reclaim the titles, or will it be Supremacy standing strong? The guy with the supply, Ty Awesome, returns to action, and he will be taking on Mr. Good Luck, Sam Adams. And in our main event, after proving he is the best wrestler in the world, the Steel City Sex Pistol Shane Malice comes to World Domination Wrestling Alliance Aftermath, and he will be taking on the Cake Boss, Victor Jones. Also announced for WDWA Aftermath, the new World Domination Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Champion, Clay Jacobs, will be in the house. For ticket information, please make sure to visit us on our social accounts. And now it's time for a feature match of this episode. Two friends go to war as the Kingpin Demarcus Kane seeks to reignite the fire within the Hawaii warrior Kekoa.
No fear, no back down whatsoever between these two men. This is a match I have been very much looking forward to here at Berkeley Mania 7. I'm Jason Heat alongside Dashing Donnie Diablo.
They are staring a hole through each other. Their eyes have been locked from the minute Kekoa walked through that curtain.
The Kingpin Demarcus Kane face to face with the Hawaiian warrior Kekoa. The challenge for this match laid out by Demarcus Kane after the loss to Supremacy, as Demarcus Kane felt let down and wondered, has Kekoa become too emotional?
He said, you're too soft, man. You're two-ply, bud. Like he called out. He said, I wanted the warrior. I didn't get it. He said, you're soft. I want to see if you got anything left. And he's telling him that now.
Well, Kekoa, Demarcus Kane wants to know if Kekoa is going to show up. If he's going to show up in the way Demarcus Kane challenged him to. That's been the real question. Is Kekoa's compassion a strength or a weakness in the ring?
We're soon to find out. Kane reverses.
So far, Demarcus Kane has been in control.
Stopped himself from hitting that turnbuckle. He's like, where you at?
Kane's not even mad. He's just disappointed. He wanted a fight. He wanted...
I need to see it.
Look, and Demarcus Kane said he wants a partner, someone who can stand by his side and whip this young generation, specifically Supremacy, into shape. And he feels like Kekoa is not the warrior he has claimed to be.
You're right, and he's challenging that. He says, I want to see it. I want it to come out. And he's saying, I still don't see it. You're not doing it.
Because undisputed, Demarcus Kane, a top guy here in WDWA. Both of these men, former WDWA heavyweight champions.
You're all right. They've held titles up and down like the Atlantic Seaboard, as we've said. Now just the disrespect. He's trying to wake him up.
Well, Demarcus Kane almost treating Kekoa like a young boy, just shoving his face. And if this doesn't wake up Kekoa, nothing will.
He might have got his answer on that one. Kekoa looks pissed.
There's a long history between these two men.
Oh.
And this is the heart of the Warrior.
He woke up the Warrior now. He wanted it.
This is the man that says the job is never finished.
Oh, Lord.
Now trading attacks as Kekoa, ever since that big slap in the face, ever since that disrespect, the fire has been lit inside the Hawaiian Warrior.
Kane just clotheslined over the top rope, landed on his feet, fortunately, but Kekoa's not giving him a breather.
This is the match Demarcus Kane demanded. This is the one he wanted. Now he's got to figure out, does he like what he's getting?
I don't think anybody can like what they're getting now, and they're traveling around. He's got a trash can. I don't know if they're going to get back anytime soon.
Well, this is not false count anywhere.
No.
No one wants to see this match end in a double count out. So hopefully we do get back in the ring, because we all want to see a very definitive winner, a very definitive answer to this question. Can Kekoa rise to Demarcus Kane's challenge?
Oh, that might have caused some damage to that shoulder.
That is a game-changing moment for Kekoa. Demarcus Kane, very strong, very explosive, but still a human being, and now that shoulder
now
may be
he's
separated.
He just gave Kekoa a target, and Kekoa is taking it. He's working the target.
No fear, no hesitation whatsoever.
No compassion.
Demarcus Kane wanted the Kekoa that was ruthless, the warrior, and Demarcus Kane is getting that in spades.
Absolutely, and Kane at this point is like, what did I do? And what am I going to have to do to stop this guy?
And after this is over, if Kane is humbled, is there still anything here between these two to work together?
Gorilla press slam overhead, and he's still nursing that arm.
Impossible levels of power. That was effectively a one-arm slam for all intents and purposes.
You're right. And it took him a while to get there. A couple gut shots in there and really wrenched in on the tights and lifted him with that one arm.
Demarcus Kane puts himself on a pedestal, and for good reason. He takes such incredible care of his body, such incredible care of his mind.
One of the smartest, the strongest, the fastest guys out there, especially for a big man.
Demarcus Kane is go and show.
Kane. Again, we've talked about both of these guys have had great success. They've held world heavyweight championships wherever they've went.
They know each other very well.
Very
as I mentioned, a long history together, but many have wondered over the last several months since his return to WDWA, Kekoa has evolved his look, but has he been able to evolve his spirit as well?
Kane said no. And for a while, I believe Kane was right. We weren't seeing it.
But this is the moment that Kekoa can prove any doubters wrong. Doubters from the outside, like Demarcus Kane, and if there's any internal doubt, this is the night that Kekoa can silence his own self-critique.
Still favoring that shoulder, but Kekoa.
Demarcus Kane is effectively a one-armed man in a wrestling match right now.
He is, and now he's got him up. Big power slam.
The most dangerous one-armed man on planet Earth, for sure. Only two, but even to get two with a one-armed power slam.
Oh, but his one arm's as strong as most people's whole body. Kane is definitely feeling the damage done to that arm, and I gotta hand it to Kekoa. Kekoa has not shown that compassion. He's working that arm.
No hesitation, no checking in. This is a man that Kekoa legitimately likes, and that arm is really becoming a problem.
couldn't get him up that time.
At Berkeley Mania 7, Clay Jacobs made history by defeating Sakhar Shah and capturing the World Domination Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Championship. Join us on Saturday, September 21, right here on YouTube for a special showing of this monumental moment.
Experience the best in pro wrestling action live with World Domination Wrestling Alliance in the Eastern Panhandle area. Fast-paced action you do not want to miss. WDWA. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit us on the web scanning our QR code.
And Demarcus Kane has fantastic pain tolerance.
Absolutely.
And Demarcus Kane has a great poker face. He rarely ever shows weakness. For him to have to deal with the arm this publicly, that is a very serious injury that's developing.
And he's calling. He says he's going to try it again. He's trying to get him up. I think he may be going for a checkmate.
This might be pride at this point.
Float over.
Usually goeth before a fall.
That float over, and he just caught his head on that. Not even the turnbuckle. That was straight steel.
Kekoa has had many opportunities to take advantage of unfortunate situations that have happened to Demarcus Kane, and to Kekoa's credit, he's doing exactly that.
Flapjack. Kekoa's firing up.
That was a 2-for-1 special. That flapjack caused Demarcus Kane to both land on that injured arm and on the head that he just slammed into the steel. Kekoa looking to set up, looking to finish the job as much as you can in one night. He says the job's never finished, but
the Night Marchers are firing up.
Nope. Jackknife there by Kekoa. And finally, Demarcus Kane willing to change strategy and stop trying to lift Kekoa and instead drive him to the ground.
Trying to hook the leg. And that even put him in pain.
Well, no pressure applied on the far shoulder of Kekoa. That's the nature of back cover. And Donnie, usually you go for a back cover because you want immediacy, but there was a pretty big gap there between the impact and the pin. That's just because of the pain that Demarcus Kane is in.
You're right. And he took the time because he was reaching. He couldn't feel his arm to get that leg.
And this might be academic because Demarcus Kane is putting Kekoa to sleep, but that means there's a gap in reaction time. And again, it's the back cover. The inability to get over, put full pressure on the shoulders, the inability to use an arm to hook a leg or any part of the body, it's giving Kekoa an opening.
Kekoa has not shied away from those openings. So we have seen shades of a different warrior. We've seen shades of the evolution, but I don't think we've seen it all yet.
Right now, Kekoa just needs to survive.
Oh, Kane's mocking him now. He's striking up the drums.
Well, Kane needs to change his strategy. He's not going to be able to lift up Kekoa for the checkmate, so instead go for that strike.
Running knee strike, and he's holding him up. And he's about to execute Kekoa right here.
It's time to put Kekoa out of his misery, as Demarcus Kane calls it. Knocking Kekoa unconscious. And the warrior spirit continues to fight.
That's the fires of Pele right there. The fire goddess herself. Not always about destruction, sometimes about rebirth, and we may be seeing a bit of both out of Kekoa tonight.
And Demarcus Kane acknowledging Kekoa for the first time this match. Demarcus Kane asked Kekoa to bring it, and this entire crowd is seeing it. Kekoa is answering hundreds of doubters in an instant here with this fight, with this gutsy combat.
And we've got a "this is awesome" chant in the right, and Kane might be trying to put it away.
Demarcus Kane still,
Nope.
He's so used to having the full arsenal that Demarcus Kane is struggling to change up his offense in the face of his injury.
I don't see how he's going to be. He's going to have to compromise. He's going to have to do something else. He's not going to hit that checkmate. You're not going to get the spin. You can't get the lift. We've seen that twice now.
Can't put pressure on the arm.
Absolutely.
Can't lift. And Danica Myers now checking to see if Demarcus Kane can even continue. And this is a moment where Kekoa could be capitalizing. This is very similar to when Chula Montana lured Kekoa in, faking a knee injury.
It is.
It's very unlikely that Demarcus Kane is playing possum, but it is possible, and still, Kekoa is not taking advantage.
No. Kane's telling him, come on, bring it. Oh, Lord, he brought it.
Either do it or don't, and Kekoa has decided to do it.
He's up.
What an incredible victory this will be! Frog splash for Kekoa! Shades of Kekoa from the past!
Almost had him. What a close two.
For years, Kekoa used that frog splash to end matches, to win championships, to put punctuations on stories. But tonight, Demarcus Kane was able to muscle out even with one shoulder completely compromised.
He's still Demarcus Kane, still one of the most powerful men in professional wrestling anywhere. Kekoa's not backing down again. He's fired up again.
Kekoa has been challenged and questioned one too many times. Kekoa, tired of maybe being in the shadow here of Demarcus Kane in WDWA, because Kekoa is also a champion. There's no reason that he should be questioned by anyone on this roster, given the accomplishments that the Hawaiian Warrior has on his resume.
Well, you're right to a point, but then Kane's right to a point when he says you are so much better than you've been. You can be so much better. I've seen it. We've all seen it. Where's that guy?
Well, if this whole thing was a giant motivational speech, it is working!
Very much so.
Pointed contact to the skull of Demarcus Kane, who is seemingly unconscious right on the top rope. That is dangerous territory dashing.
And he's going back up again. Is he going to be able to connect something off that top rope? If so, it's more than likely over. Wow!
Lifted Demarcus Kane.
See the ring bounce. What impact. Oh, my God.
Kekoa going for it a second time, Donnie.
There's no way if he hits this, it's not over.
Demarcus Kane instead.
Oh!
Right to the skull, right to the jaw. Wait. And Demarcus gets it. Checkmate. Incredible.
My God. Checkmate. Game over. But Kekoa, I think. Kekoa, I think, answered the challenge of Kane in a way that Kane would approve.
Kekoa answered the critics. Kekoa answered the doubters. Kekoa answered Demarcus Kane. He may not be the winner of this match, but there is no doubting the fire that burns inside the heart of the Hawaiian Warrior.
And with these images, we come to the end of this episode of WDWA Frontline. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you all next week.